Today we're reviewing the 2025 Crown Limited. You're going to have 3 trim levels in the Crown. You're going to have the XLE, you're going to have your Limited, and you're going to have your Platinum. This is the Limited model with the advanced technology package. Gives you your 21-inch tires, which is an upgrade from the normal 19-inch tire. Notice the beautiful sort of design of that. It gives you more of a sort of a dark sort of machine sort of look. It's a really good looking tire, guys, and it draws your attention right back to this Toyota emblem. The Crown has been in Japan since about 1958, but it's made its way back to the US since 2023, and this is the result. So notice also, as I'm making my way around to the front, I don't know if you can see this or not, the Toyota emblem here and has Toyota Crown there, which is pretty cool. Notice how the lights wrap around here, your triple beam LED lights, which is a nice look. Guys, look who just entered the arena. It is ToyotaJeff.
Hey, Andre, it's great to be on your channel. What's really wild about this one is I waited 7 months to get my 2023 Crown Oxygen White with the advanced technology package. It is a head turner. It really gets people's attention quick. And I had, in the first month, 7 people came up to me and said, what is this car? You know, because Crown was new. And it was so fun telling people about it. I felt like a rock star or something. And now I see another one just like it here. Advanced technology package. It's stunning. It's beautiful. I'm disappointed though because somebody else is going to have what I have.
Jeff, thank you for turning those lights on. So guys, now you can see that turn signal. Gives you more of a sort of amber look here with your LED lights here. It's really a good look for the Crown. Now, as we make our way around here, you notice the front gloss grille here. Gives you that more of a sort of a complete look here. Now also you'll see your sensors here. Those are called your ICS sensors or your clearance sensors here. And basically what those are gonna do is those are gonna basically help you with, so if you're closer to a vehicle or an obstacle, that's gonna give you that beep. It's gonna beep a little bit faster and faster as you get closer to those obstacles. Now also, that's gonna help you with your braking, also your safety braking. You can turn that on and off, by the way, guys. So you don't have to leave that on. If you don't like it, you can turn it off, but it is a really great feature, whether or not you're pulling forward or you're basically backing up, as long as you're in reverse when you're backing up. That's the only time that activates, when you're backing up, guys.
Okay, cool. And you know what else I like about this one, Andre, is it has in the advanced technology package the front cross traffic alert. So just like when you're backing up, now it shows that if you're going to turn, let's say you're at a park, getting ready to turn back onto the main highway or the main road, if you get to go and somebody's in your way, it'll say beep, 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 like ESPN or something, da-da-da, and it says, hey, somebody's there, you might not want to go. And it's really nice having that feature.
As I said before, you're going to have your color key mirrors with your turn signal indicators here. Notice how it wraps around the mirror here. It's a nice visible sort of indicator, so others around you can also see when you're making that turn. Your blind spot monitoring is going to be standard.
The other thing I like is it's got the cameras underneath the side mirrors and in the back too, and that's for your panoramic view monitor. That's part of the advanced technology package, so it kind of replicates so you can see all the way around your vehicle in a lot of different situations. It really helps with parking.
And also, guys, you're going to have your color key door handles. That means it's the color of the car, so it gives you a nice uniform sort of look on your Crown.
And right here, the parallel lines, that's the auto lock and unlock. It's on the front doors and it's on the back doors as well, which is an extra bonus. You can see those parallel lines regardless of the brand. Usually you'll see a parallel line there. That indicates that it's auto lock and unlock on those particular handles.
As we go around the back here, notice your lights, they're going to wrap around the back here. It's going to be your LED lights around the back as well, giving you sort of an amber look here. Now also you have your HEV spin replaced, the hybrid spin replaced with your Beyond Zero. So that's your carbon neutrality that Toyota has adapted there. And you have your all-wheel drive. You cannot get a Crown in a front-wheel drive. It is an all-wheel drive vehicle. Of course, you have your Crown emblem right across the back, spelled out. That's a nice look, right? Yep. Now, here's something I really want to show you guys that's basically something you're not going to see on every vehicle, is a backup camera washer. What? And I'll show you how to actually activate that in the vehicle later on in the video. Your rear-facing camera or your backup camera is standard. That's been a standard since about 14. And notice that you'll also have your sensors, just like you had on the front. Those are your proximity alert sensors, but also your clearance sensors.
Oh, you use those all the time in the parking lot. And how about any hidden buttons back here, Andre?
Good point, Jeff. So a lot of you guys are kind of frustrated because you don't have a button back here in the back, but if you look closer here, you look right under right here, you have your trunk release. You press that right there, that trunk come right on up, guys.
Oh, that's nice. And that's a nice big trunk space. It's wide, it's deep. Very nice. I like having this all-weather mat too, because as you can see, if something's wet here, it's not going to spill over and get your vehicle wet, muddy, all that kind of jazz. So I suggest this is an accessory for a lot of people, regardless of car, truck, SUV, whatever model it is, whatever manufacturer it is.
Also, you'll notice, very similar in the Camry, you're gonna have your folding seats here, your 60-40 split here, where you can actually fold those down. So just pull those tabs. If you want to fold the seats down on the right-hand side, you're going to pull here. Left-hand side, you're going to pull there. And also, there's your trunk release also. As I said before, that is a government mandate. So if you happen to get trapped in the trunk, guys, this is a glow-in-the-dark. You can actually pull that, and that's going to release that trunk for you.
You know, and that's nice, too, because you wouldn't think, you know, 1 in a million scenarios. We watch these how to avoid situations. Well, this is one of those. A kid in New Jersey got trapped in the trunk, and he was able to successfully get himself out just by accident. But imagine, you hate to think of worst case scenarios, but carjacking, somebody's trapped in the trunk, they can get themselves out. So that's one reason also why they have that, is all situations you can escape.
That's a good point, Jeff. So let's look at the inside and what makes the Crown so special. On the Crown, you actually have your memory seats here. So whether or not you have a taller person in the family or someone shorter, you can actually set this here, and it's going to set whether or not you're on 1 or 2, and it's basically going to adjust that seat back and forth according to the bottom here, and also the back. It's going to set you right back to that setting, nice and easy. Something new that has changed from 23 to 24 is going to be your soft touch material here. Usually it was more of a sort of this material here, but it's basically a sort of a crisper look. It's a softer look, and it's more of a luxurious sort of look on the 2024 going forward on your Crowns here. Now you'll also notice here with your Crown, you're going to have your power folding mirrors, and basically you have a couple of different options. You'll be able to fold it there just manually. You have your automatic, so anytime you lock the vehicle, it automatically folds, or you can basically keep it out all the time, guys. So it gives you options for your vehicle. Notice here also your adjustment for your side mirrors here, more of a traditional thing that you're seeing in your Toyotas these days. So as we go inside the vehicle, you're going to notice things that are related to your Toyota safety sense, such as your automatic high beam lights. You have your de-icer here, which is not part of your Toyota safety sense, but it is a nice feature. Still a manual adjustment here, okay? So telescoping raises and lowers. Notice the sensor also here for your driver attention alert. It's going to keep your eyes forward, so make sure that you're paying attention to the road and you're not looking left and right. And also on the steering wheel, you notice your different features here. You have your Bluetooth here. You will also have your navigation for your 12.3 multi-informational display there on the screen. Now you have different options that you can go to, and let me show you something really cool, guys. So if you press this OK button here, you can go left and right, and you can change the information that you're seeing here, where you can deselect or select whatever you like, okay? So once you do that, we're gonna back out by hitting this back button here. I'm gonna back out, and that's gonna save those things. And as I go up and down, that's gonna give me access to different pieces of information. And I can do the same on the right as well.
So how did you get to that hidden screen there? You pushed over to the left and the right, further past the right screen?
Correct. So just basically once you're there, just tap further right, and it'll bring up an additional screen there, and I can adjust whatever I want to see. So if I want to see the eco score, letting me know how I'm performing as far as my hybrid sort of features, whether or not I'm braking well, whether or not I'm accelerating, things like that. That's going to help me build my gas mileage.
Yeah.
So notice also, you'll see this alert right here. It says vehicle will shut off after 1 hour. If it's parked and you're not operating that vehicle, you'll see this on a lot of Toyota models these days. So if you hit yes, which you think you want to hit that, it's a really good feature. It'll actually power that vehicle off. So when you go out, that vehicle's not still running. So really, really great feature on your Toyotas these days. Now, on the right-hand side, you'll notice a few extra options here. This is going to be for your adaptive cruise control. You're going to have two different functions for your adaptive cruise control. You're going to have your adaptive, which is where your vehicle brakes or mitigates, and you have your constant cruise control. The difference being that one actually activates at 30 miles per hour, one activates at 1 mile per hour all the way up to your top speeds, and it will actually brake that vehicle according to the distance in which you set it. Now on the new 3.0 Toyota Safety Sense 3.0, you're going to have 4 segments instead of 3, where you can actually change that between your different sort of distances between your cars here. Now you notice here also, the symbol here, this is going to help you with your setting, adaptive cruise control, and this right here is actually going to help with your lane trace assist. So that's going to let you know whenever you're navigating, whenever you're using your adaptive cruise control, that's going to keep you in the middle of your lane, okay? So when you're a little drowsy, that's going to help you maintain your lane. So really, really great feature. But one more feature that I really like on the Crown is the automatic or rain sensing wipers. You notice you have your mist here, so if you press up once here, it's going to pass once. You have your off, and then you have your automatic. So press it down once, and it is set. Now you notice on the right hand side of this sensor here, that is going to be your sensor for your rain sensing wipers. So as that windshield senses moisture, those wipers are going to start activating, and you can adjust the sensitivity here according to the intensity that you want. I don't know if you guys can see that. You can actually adjust it here. You have your low, and also you have your high. So you have a lot of options for your windshield wiper and your settings there. All right, you'll notice, guys, so these arrows here, so a couple of different functions for those arrows. So anytime you have your Apple CarPlay or your Android Auto or your Apple Music or Pandora or Spotify, this allows you to change between your different tracks, or because you have the 12.3-inch infotainment display, once you set your presets, it's easy for you to go between your different radio stations without taking your eyes off there, and your driver attention alert is going to make sure that your eyes are facing forward. So now this mode button, 2 different functions. If you press and hold it, it will mute or pause whether or not you're listening to the radio, or basically you're on a phone call and you want to mute that, you can do that. Now press it again or hold it to unmute it or unpause. Now if you press that once, it's going to jump between your AM, FM, XM, which is a nice feature. Now also to jump back over here, I also want to discuss a voice command here. 2 different functions for that as well. If you press that once, you'll be able to change your radio, and also you'll be able to change your AC setting and also your temperature setting, which is a really nice feature. If you press it and hold it, whether or not you listen to Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, that's basically going to allow you to access your Siri or your Google Assist. So really easy way to access your information without being distracted. All right, so on the Crown also, you'll notice whether or not you're looking at a Crown or Crown Signia, this is something that Lexus has had for years. This allows you to actually open up from both ways. It's very convenient. And as we make our way up here, you're going to notice your parking brakes, which is something you're seeing in a lot of Toyotas these days as well. Now, your vehicle should go into park and engage this park whenever you put it in park. If it does not, you want to hold up on this here until you see EPD activated, and that's going to activate your parking brakes. Now, anytime you put it in drive, it's going to deactivate this parking brake. Now, there's a couple of ways you can get it back in park. If you accidentally forget, you can hit the power button and shut it off. It's automatically going to place it in park. Or you can hit your P, which is going to place it in park as well. Now, here you have your different drive modes. You have your Sport, which is going to sharpen your throttle response. So we think about that as like 120% of your engine horsepower. You have your Eco, which is going to help you on longer trips. That's going to help you reserve gas mileage, and that's roughly about 80% of your engine horsepower. Or you can go with a normal, which is going to be just your regular automatic driving based on your traffic patterns. Now, also on the right-hand side, because this is a hybrid vehicle, if you have sufficient charge on your battery, this is going to allow you to actually engage your electric vehicle only, and that engages up to about 25 miles per hour. But once it goes beyond that, it's going to automatically disengage because you're beyond the capability of the battery. The hold button, that's going to hold you in place, that's going to engage roughly about 3 minutes. After that 3 minutes, it's going to engage your electronic parking brake, and at that point, put your foot on the brakes, press down on the front side of the parking brake, and that's the only time you have to do that. On the Crown also, because of the advanced technology package, you're going to get your 360 camera. So this is your button for your 360 camera. To set that up, you want to make sure that the vehicle is in drive. Once you put the vehicle in drive, you're going to press this button here, and that's going to activate it. Now, if you look over here on the left-hand side on this little white panel here, see where the A is here with the line through it? Tap that button there. Once that line disappears, anytime you're below 7 miles per hour, that's going to activate the screen here. And as I turn to the left and right, it's going to show me the projected direction of my tires which helps you with curbing your tires, things like that, that you may want to avoid on the side of the road. On the right-hand side, you're going to see exactly where you are on the curb, and it's going to help you park that vehicle with confidence. So on the crown, guys, you have standard is the wireless charging here, whether or not it's an iPhone 8 or a Galaxy S8 and above. You can insert your phone right in here, and it's going to wirelessly charge. On the right-hand side, you'll notice your USB-Cs. That's going to help you charge that phone and basically keep that phone charged. It's going to be nice and convenient for you and your family. Now, as we go up here, the Crown new for 2025 is going to be standard with your heated and your ventilated seats. Whether or not you go with a XLE, the Limited, or the Platinum, it's going to be all standard. And this is going to be your higher setting. You have a medium, a low, and an off. And the same thing for your ventilated seats. Now, also you'll notice the automatic here. So it's the auto, short for automatic. You have that between your different zones here. So as you notice, as you go up in temperature, that fan will start to fluctuate. And that's going to basically turn that fan to the highest setting. And it's going to adjust as you adjust the temperature, whether or not it's the driver or passenger. Now you have your front defrost, you have your rear defrost and side mirrors. You have your off here, and you can turn it on a couple of ways. Like I said, with the automatic, or you can use your fan right here, actually to ramp it up to whatever fan speed you want. You have a automatic heated steering wheel. You have a high setting, you have a low, and you have an off. And here's an important feature that you're seeing on a lot of Toyotas these days. That is your Smartflow. And what your Smartflow is going to do, it's going to shut off certain zones if it's not being occupied, and it's going to channel all the air over to the driver, or whether or not it's heat, or whatever the case may be, if that seat is not being occupied. Now, very important to note, if there's someone in the back and the seats are not being occupied in the front, if you're not getting air in the back, make sure this button is not on, guys. That air will not blow in the back, so make sure that is off. If it's on, then it may interrupt your flow from the vents in the back. So as we go up to the 12.3-inch infotainment display, you have this arrow here, which is really just your cloud-based navigation. So your cloud-based navigation is a subscribed navigation from Toyota. Typically it's for a year, and that's going to help you with your navigation. However, you do have your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is going to offer multiple navigations that is available to you free of charge, and those are going to update and keep you updated with the most accurate of maps. Now, as we go down here, you're going to have your music, but we can turn your music on, so we can enable that, go between those channels. And like I said, you're going to have up to 8 presets that you can actually save. If you want to go to tune right here, you can tune between your AM, FM, XM, which is going to be complimentary for 90 days, courtesy of Sirius XM radio. And then you have your different sort of selections here as well. Or you can go to your sources and you can change to whatever you want. Now, as we go back, we're going to go down to the phone here, which we're going to connect our phone through your wireless Apple CarPlay, which you can do that wirelessly. You do not have to plug it in, guys. It is not something that you have to do. And also down here, we're going to go down and you have a couple of things here from your climate, where you can actually adjust that using your soft touch keys here, or you can use these keys there at the bottom, as you can see. You have your options, which basically is going to change your de-icer, which you have access to over here on your left-hand side. Eco Heat, Eco Cool. It's going to help you maximize your gas mileage while cooling your vehicle off, or you can turn all that stuff on automatic. So here on this particular screen, this is where you're going to get into syncing your phone and things like that, okay? So once we go to actually sync your Apple CarPlay, you're going to basically search for your device, you sync your device, and it'll walk you right through the process. Therefore, it'll make it nice and seamless. So if you want to add a separate device, I recommend, instead of basically removing that, go ahead and plug it right in here to one of these USB-Cs here, and that's a direct connect to your Apple CarPlay Android or your Android Auto. Therefore, it doesn't disturb or take the primary device out. So it makes it nice and easy to actually sync. You notice also, guys, you do have the JBL speakers on your A-pillars. It has what they call Clarify. That's going to break all that sound out in the background that you're not hearing and make your music sound absolutely wonderful. So if you love audio like I do, this is what you want to have. You want to have your JBL speakers. You'll notice your automatic dimming mirror here with your home link actually allows you to actually sync any gates or anything like that, any garages, anything like that. So the instructions are in the book, guys, but it's a really easy process. Your salesperson at your local dealership can explain that to you. Now, as we look in the roof here, you're going to have your open and closing. Now, your open and closing is for your panel roof here, guys. It is a fixed glass roof. It does not open, it is a fixed glass roof. So at night, it looks wonderful. You can see all the stars on clear night, and it absolutely is a wonderful feature. So don't have to worry about any leaks, anything like that you may be concerned about. It is a fixed glass roof. It does not open. So you're going to have your light controls right here on the sides. You're going to have your door settings. So anytime you open that door, that's going to basically turn your lights on, or you have a setting that you can turn on, and it's going to turn on all your lights. All your Toyotas are going to be standard with your Safety Connect. Your Safety Connect is going to help you out. It's going to track the car, so if you need roadside assistance or you need medical emergencies, that allows you to actually use that particular feature, and it is complimentary per Toyota on most models for 10 years. That was the 2025 Crown Limited model. If you like this model, you like to test drive this model, you can always find me right here at Fred Anderson Toyota of Raleigh, here at 9101 Glenwood Avenue here in Raleigh. You can also find me here on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at Under Your Drives. But if you have any questions, you can email me at arobinson@anderson-auto.net. That is my work email address, guys. But once again, let me know what you think about the Crown Limited. Guys, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for following.